Hello everyone, I'm Reena, welcoming all of you our today's e-lecture. This is our e-lecture for class BA part 2nd, and in this lecture we will discuss a summary of the story A Rose for Emily. This is the third video regarding this story and it contains section 3rd, section 4th and section 5th of this story. Means we are going to discuss the summary of section 3rd, 4th and 5th in this lecture of the story A Rose for Emily. So this is section 3rd, our today's story A Rose for Emily. As previous, we have discussed section 1st and 2nd of this story in our video 2nd, and this is our 3rd video. And in section 2nd, we can see Emily's meeting with Homer Baron. So in section 3rd, here is a description of meeting of Emily with a Yankee Homer Baron. This section tells about the tragic life of Emily after the death of her father. Now Faulkner takes us in flashback. The author depicts the meeting of Emily's with Homer Baron, and although she murdered him for sake of her ego, and now she was sick for a long time, and when people saw her again, her hair was cut short, making her look like a girl. In the summer after her father's death, the construction company came there with a foreman named Homer Baron, a Yankee, a big, dark, ready man with a big voice and eyes lighter than his face. And they started to walking outside on Sundays in a buggies, and everyone believed that surely Miss Emily would marry the Yankee Homer Baron. But when she bought the red poison, the arsenic, the townspeople guessed she would kill herself. She would kill herself. She would commit suicide. But in spite of her suicide, she murdered Homer Baron and kept him with her forever. She kept her dead body with her forever. So Emily chose to kill him, only chance for physical and emotional intimacy. She experienced her father's domination. She did not want again in control of Homer Baron, a male, after to marry him. She did not want to cling to a man. So Homer Baron liked men, drank with younger men, and was not the man marrying type. So Emily murdered him and controlled his life according with her wish. According her wish. So this is the section third, and this depict the too much disgusting psychology of Emily, and she became like that kind of lady because of extreme patriarchy of her father, extreme domination of her father, because of sake of her family's name, her high status. So this is much disgusting psychology here Faulkner depicted in the section 3rd, and this is the section 4. And in the section 4 we can see the developing relationship between Emily and Homer Baron. Developing the relationship between Emily and Homer Baron. And this is section 5th, and the section sorry, section 4th. Sorry. The section fourth explains the development of the relationship between Emily and Homer Baron. They went outside on Sundays, and when people saw them with each other without marrying, some ladies began to say it was a disgrace to the town and a bad example to the young people. All of all ladies are started to criticize Emily and the relationship of Emily and Homer Baron. Homer Baron was not apt for Emily's status, and even he was not a marrying man, as previous we have discussed. He drank with younger men in the Yelka's club. So later on, people said, poor Emily. And when Emily went to jeweler's shop and ordered a men's toilet set in silver with the letter HB on each piece, and then townspeople realized that Emily surely would marry to Homer Baron. But when Homer Baron's work finished of the street road repairing, he was gone. Emily's cousins stayed with her for a week, and after their departure, Homer Baron was back in the town within 3 days. A Negro servant received at the kitchen door at the dusk one evening Homer Baron. And then that was the last time when city people saw Homer Baron entering into the Emily's house. And after that, the front door remained closed always. And almost for 6 months, she did not appear on the street. And when the people saw next Miss Emily, she had grown fat and her hair was turning grey. And at last, at the age of 74 years, she died in one of downstairs room. So this is our section fourth of this story, and here we discussed the incident of section fourth of this story, and this is the section fifth. Section fifth denotes the tragic end of Emily, and her house was seen by the townspeople. And in section fifth, we come to know about the tragic end of Emily, and her house was seen by the townspeople. So section 5 of the story returns to the first. As we have discussed, the section 5 of the story returns to the first section. In first section, what was going on in the first section? In the first section, we started from the after the funeral procession of Emily. And in our 5 section, again, the story returns to the first, the scene of Emily's funeral procession, and after her funeral procession. The scene of Emily's funeral is depicted again in this section. No one was there at the house of Emily. The Negro servant, a male servant, also left the house of Emily. So townspeople entered into her house and into her every room upstairs and downstairs. And there was only the crayon picture of her father at his daughter's funeral. Means only the crayon picture of his father was present at the procession of his daughter's funeral. And when Emily's father died, she was 30 years old and still unmarried. Her lover also deserted her, and she was left alone. Her father spoiled her womanhood by driving away all the young men. But now she is dead. Sorry. And people buried her dead body decently. And after doing that, they broke open the upstairs room. They opened the house of Emily and they broke open the upstairs room. And the rose from the title of the story finally emerges in the form of rose colored room. Means the bride chamber room of the Emily's house is rose colored room. So it is a significant as a title of our story, A Rose for Emily. That is both bridal chamber and the tomb. Here, Faulkner says the bride chamber room of Emily's house is both a bridal chamber and a tomb. Why this room is called tomb by the Faulkner? Because here Homer Baron was both groom and corpse. When people entered the bride chamber, they saw the man lay dead on a bed. The room was closed for years and it was decorated as a bridal. It was in pink color. All thing is pink in color. The wall was painted in pink. So it denotes a rose. A rose for Emily. Here we can see the suitability of the title A Rose for Emily. But as it remained closed for years, everything was covered with dust. The people noted that the body lay in a way as if he was embracing someone. Embracing someone means as he was embracing Emily, and the body had rotted. It was clear that Emily had poisoned him, and she had bought arsenic early once, and Homer Baron was perhaps given that arsenic. So Emily's life as a woman had been spoiled by her father. Emily had inherited her father's virility, so she could not marry Homer Baron for sake of her high status. And she was also like her father. Marrying a Yankee man like Homer Baron would have meant losing her family's name of Grierson, and which she did not want. She did not want to cling to a man again now. From the pose of the dead man's body, people guess she had had the experience of intercourse with Emily also. So sometimes the story regarded as symbolic of changes in the South during the representative period. And at last, we can see the tragic end of Emily, and the people entered into the house of Emily and they guessed what would happen inside the house of Emily since 40 years. So this is our today's story, dear students, and I hope all of you able to understand this story much. So enjoy your studies and please watch the all three videos regarding this story A Rose for Emily, and I hope all of you understand this story very much, and I also hope that all of you enjoy this story, your studies very much. So be with me in our next and upcoming video. Till then, enjoy your studies and have a nice day to all.